questions are sweet. Guys, you know there was one time I did this Q&A and someone said that, hey, Lombe, she just likes flaunting China. She thinks it's what? She thinks it's Harvard.
Anyway, if I hit it one time, it will be better days. Yeah.
Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Lombe again and I'm back with another banging video. If you're new to my channel, welcome to my channel. My name is Lombe. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, thumbs up this video, and share with your mama, your papa, and your auntie. And if you're not new, welcome back. First things first, let me just say a big thank you to everybody who wished me a happy birthday. If I didn't reply to your message, I'm really sorry. I had so many messages that day. I just turned off my phone. I was like, no. But if you did wish me a happy birthday, I'm really thankful. If you did pray for me, I'm very thankful. So I'm back in my room and my room is now white and I love it. I can't wait to show you guys how it actually looks. I will give you guys a mini room tour, but I would really like for you guys to see how it looks at night. So I might do a night routine in my new room, so you stay tuned for that because it's gonna be super interesting. This morning I took the time to go through all my old videos and I really noticed that I haven't been sitting down and talking to you guys for a while, and that's because I've got so much going on and I'm really truly just enjoying vlogging. If you guys are enjoying these little vlogs I take you on, make sure you like and comment and tell me which one's your favorite. So yeah, anyway, in today's video, as you guys can tell by the title, today I will be talking about my university experience in China and how you can get into China if you plan on studying in China. It's going to give you a bit of a heads up on what to expect when you go to China, or if you just want to go to travel, but it's going to be very informative to help people who do want to study in China. So if you guys do enjoy this video, make sure you thumbs it up, make sure you comment, subscribe, keep subscribing, and yeah, let's jump right into today's video after I charge my battery. So first things first, I study in China, obviously, and I'm studying medicine. I'm still in first year. I'm supposed to be going into second year this September, by the grace of God. So in this video, I'm not going to be telling you the school I'm at because I want to keep that private for my own reasons, for safety reasons. You don't want to be telling everyone every single detail about you. If you figure it out, that's fine, that's great for you. But for me, I'm not going to say it. If you want to go around telling people the school you're at, that's fine, that's completely fine. You do that. So let's get into the first section of this whole situation. I always knew I was going to study in China. It wasn't like I had even had the choice to study anywhere else. I always knew I was going to study in China because, you know, my dad and I had talked about it for a long time. So when I was in grade 12, I already knew what I was working towards. So it's very good for you, if you're still in school, know the school you want to go to, know what you want to study, because it's going to help you push for those results. And yeah, I did Cambridge. I didn't do ECZ. I'll explain how that affected me getting into China as well. But the first thing I want to advise you is that you may need an agent, or if you don't have enough money to pay for an agent, like I didn't pay for an agent, you can get somebody who's at the school you want to go to apply on your behalf because it's cheaper. They'll obviously ask you to pay them, but it's not as expensive as getting an agent. So yeah, it was really easy for me to travel to China. I didn't need an agent because my parents had already been there before, so it wasn't the first time, and they already knew some people who were that side, so it was really easy. But if it's your first time going there, you don't know anybody there, it's really good if you get in touch with someone who goes to the school you want to go to, or you get an agent. So as I mentioned before, I did Cambridge, I didn't do ECZ, and that's because everybody who's in Cambridge is told,
oh no, it's international, you can go anywhere, Chani.
They will just see your certificate and be like, wow, okay, come through. It's a lie. It's a joke. Here's why. It's actually easier for you to get into China with ECZ results than Cambridge results. If you're someone who's taken IGCSE, what, those 2 year, my dear, you shed tears. You enter, yes, you enter, but the process will be, you really need to like put a lot of effort into getting to China with those results, because they look at it as petty issues. They're like, that's so simple. But if you have ECZ, it would be like, oh, okay, she's done, you know, okay, she can come. If you do Cambridge, you need to do A-levels before you go to China, because everybody who's in China, majority have done A-levels. I didn't have to do A-levels. I mean, it was just by the grace of God that they allowed me and my other friend, we just entered. But if you're doing Cambridge, make sure you do A-levels before you go to China, because they will give you a hard time. Before you go to China, make sure you start taking Chinese classes. And my dad always told me, no, go to Onza, you do Chinese. I was like, my dear, I'll be fine, don't worry about that. And I regretted it terribly. I hope you guys are writing this down. Don't come and ask me in my inbox again, Lombe, how did you get it? I will not respond. I will not say anything. I'll be responding. Another thing that you probably need for you to look good and them to accept you in China, Chinese love it when you can do so. At my school, they'll give you a scholarship for singing, they'll give you a scholarship for doing sports. So just make sure you have some extracurricular activities. When I was going, I had like 5 to 6, 7, 8 medals, certificates, all that stuff from my previous schools, from my school that I was at. And they were like, oh, you can do sports, wow, good girl, sign her up, sign her. So make sure you have some stuff on there like sports. If you're not a sporty person, that's fine. Make sure you're in some clubs like singing, dancing, something. They don't want to just see you with good grades. They want to see if you can do anything outside learning, you know. They're gonna ask you when you want to get enrolled. They'll ask you if you want to be in the March intake or the September intake. I went in September, and there's reasons I chose September, but if you want to choose March, that's fine. But for me, I chose September, and really best decision of my life ever. As I mentioned before, you have to make sure that you have learned Chinese, because when you go to China, don't expect to walk on the road and say, excuse me, do you know where the bathroom is? Joker. If you actually want to know how my experience was, you can I'll put the link up here, my first week of uni in China. But yeah, you want to make sure you've done Chinese, studying some Chinese, all that stuff, okay? Number 2 is you need to arrange for a translator or a guide during your trip. Now this is not a must, okay? I went with my family, and we already knew the person who was there, because as I mentioned, my dad has been there many times, so he already knew the guy. But if you're traveling alone, it's wholly up to your parents to get someone to guide you through your time there. And it's really beneficial because the person lives in China. They will show you around the best restaurants, the best hotels, what to drink, what not to drink, rather than when you're alone. So for me, it was really easy because we had someone to guide us the whole time. The last thing on my preparation list is make sure you pack according to the time that you're going there. If you're going in March, it'll be a bit chilly, so make sure you pack some warm stuff, but don't pack too much, okay? Because coming from Zambia into that kind of cold, you will not make it. If you think you are Hussein Bolt, you think you are James Bond, you will not make it. So make sure you pack. And if you're going in summer, make sure you pack a few, little things to wear, but pack mostly warm stuff, because that's the end of summer and then you're going into winter. So packing depends on when you're going, because the weather really determines the type of clothes you're going to pack. Also, you want to make sure you fight for good accommodation, okay? At the school I'm at, there's 4 sharing and 2 sharing. I'm in a 2 sharing room, and that's enough for me, because I can't be in a 4 sharing, mainly because in China they don't use the sit-down toilets that we have here. They use pit latrines, okay? And in 4 sharing rooms there's pit latrines, and I can't. And don't come say, oh, Lombe is spoiled, Shani. Guys, it's just me. I cannot. Plus, the 4 sharing room is really tiny, and it's just claustrophobic. I can't. No offense to anyone who's in a 4 sharing, that's fine, but for me, I'm happy where I'm at. So make sure you fight for that accommodation, because I actually told them, if you're not gonna give me 2 sharing, I'm bouncing. You can keep the money, I'm going to another school, thank you so much. So they were really like, sister, don't go, just wait, okay, we'll sort it out. So make sure you fight for really good accommodation. Okay, so before you arrive in China, you want to make sure you download some VPNs. Now, if you don't know what a VPN is, just Google. Google. Let me explain to you guys why you need a VPN in China. China is like a whole separate world from all of us. They don't use American apps, obviously, because they have beef with America. So if you want to be using Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, WhatsApp, YouTube, all those things, you need a VPN that actually gives you access to using the apps. And I'm really sorry, but VPNs are trash and they're really slow, but it's better than nothing. The only thing that they allow in China, which is international, is WeChat. That's WeChat. So make sure you have a VPN before you arrive. And if you want some really good VPNs, I think I can link them in the description box, but the best one I've used in China is ExpressVPN. So just make sure you have that, so that at least when you arrive in China, you have access to your apps instead of you trying to download a VPN all over again, because that's a whole process. You don't want, especially if you're alone without a translator, you'll cry. And the good thing is in China there's Wi-Fi everywhere. It's everywhere, but it's super slow. That's what they're not going to tell you. They're going to tell you, oh, China, there's Wi-Fi everywhere. You can be walking at the mall. There's Wi-Fi. Yeah, there's Wi-Fi, but it's slow. There's 1 billion people using the Wi-Fi. So please don't spend time away. When I was going to China, I packed my favorite snacks. I'll explain to you guys why I did that. It's like going to boarding school. Pack your favorite snacks, pack whatnot, but you're not allowed to carry tinned food. And I was also told you're not allowed to carry noodles from here. And that's not a problem, trust me, because you're going to the land of noodles. So if you love noodles, these Zambian noodles, they can't even come close. They can't even come close. For me, I carried a lot of Oreos. I carried a lot of whatnot. If you love Nshima, if you so love Nshima, make sure you carry a little bit of mili meal. You know, that's not too bad. Because the mili meal in China is not the one that they have in Zambia. It's very thin. So you don't have the consistency that you have here. So make sure you carry that if you love that. The food was too good that side. So I was not interested. Also, when you're packing, guys, please don't carry 10 billion clothes. Don't do that. You'll meet my dear friend called Taobao. Taobao is an online store. Taobao is Salawula online. If you want Calvin Klein, just go to Calvin Klein website, just screenshot, go to Taobao, you'll find it for how much? 100 kwacha. And it's not secondhand. It's not secondhand. You're going to the motherland of clothes, okay? So just relax, take it easy, relax.
Now we're gonna have a quick Q&A. You know, I didn't say that deliberately. It was a mistake, but you know what? I know what I meant.
The first time I hated it because I was like, I just want some hungry lion. This is not what I signed up for. But the truth is, if you want to get junk food, it's not nice. The pizza is not nice. It's not nice. You just end up settling for less. But the truth is, if you want to enjoy food in China, taste their local food, okay? Speaking of local food, that stereotype you guys keep in your head of Chinese ripping snakes, eating crocodiles, shiny, it's not necessarily true, okay? Not all of them do that. Actually, majority don't do that. So if they have some good food, okay? Okay, if you're traveling alone, make sure you download Google Translate. Google Translate is really good. You can go on the voice button, and if this person is speaking to you in Chinese and you don't understand, you can just switch from translate Chinese to English. Let them talk into it and it's going to translate for you just like it did here. So when you say, oh, ni hao, hey, 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 it's going to say hello. So you say, oh, she's telling me hello. Another important thing, oh my goodness, Zambians. I know as Zambians we have natural bad manners to not keep time. Here's the thing with China. You go with your, you know, in Zambia, the ticket can say boarding at 15 hours. 15 hours also they're doing security check and you'll be like, ah, you're so chill. Oh, boarding, they're doing security check. Go to China and pull that stand. You'll miss your flight. China, when it says boarding time, they're entering the plane. So don't go with your habit of no. When it's 13 hours, they mean 13:45. No, don't do that. You'll cry. Truth is, I traveled from here. I traveled from China to home without even touching my dollars. So it was good because I didn't even waste them. If it's your first time, you might be thirsty, you might be hungry. So make sure you carry some dollars with you. The honest truth is that it took me 2 days to make friends. I'm not even gonna lie. I had breakfast alone, I had dinner alone, but I was like, this life is not for me. I should be a loner. No. The next day, if you ask all my friends, I seduced them to be my friends. I forced them, like literally, and we'll just click now. We're just amazing. Like I love those guys. I love you guys. So I advise you to make friends. Just push yourself out there. Don't think people come to you and make friends. Me, I was the one going to them. If I sat down and just said, oh, no one was gonna come to me. So make sure you force yourself.
Right.
over my dead body. No offense. Look at me. I'm the captain.
Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
Look at my face. Do you really think if me and a Chinese marry that my children will have eyes? Do you think so? My kids will not have eyes. Are you on scholarship or are you on self-sponsorship? I'm on my father's sponsorship. Getting a scholarship in China, especially medical school, is very hard for first year, but it's very possible for second, third, and going up. But right now, daddy's paying the bills. Thank you, father. Thank you so much, daddy. Thank you. So like, I can't speak Chinese that well. If we go China together, we'll get lost. But I can give a brief introduction of myself. I can say I would like to buy that and that and that. How much is that? You know, that kind of stuff. Anyway, guys, if you want fuller, fresh details on how my experience was, the link is in the description box. Make sure you just watch that. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you thumbs it up. If you learned something, make sure you comment. If you want any more experiences or a story time, a full story time on how it was for me when I went there, I will post that. And yeah, keep subscribing, keep sharing, and I'll catch you guys in my next video.
Anyway, if I hit it one time, it will be better days. Yeah. Cause you can tell you ain't into me, but when I pull up in the range, it will be meant to be. Don't want our enemies, want you to better me. If I did something illegal, would you pray for me?